What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face testing new drugstore makeup. Y'all know I absolutely love drugstore makeup and there have been so many new releases. So we're gonna do a full face testing everything out today and seeing what's worth your money and what's not. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Up first, we're gonna go in with the new e.l.f. primer. I just uploaded a video where I tested all of the new e.l.f. products. So if you already saw that, you saw me try this, but this is their new Power Grip primer with niacinamide. I didn't have like a new drugstore primer aside from this one. So I'm gonna go in with this. Basically, to me, it feels pretty much exactly the same as their OG Power Grip primer, which I really like. It gives that sticky kind of tacky finish to your skin, but this one has that addition of niacinamide, which I do personally like in my skincare, but it helps to really adhere your foundation to the skin. And so far, since I've been using it, it has not made me break out, which is great. So I'm gonna just prep and prime the skin with that. For foundation, I'm super excited to try this. I just picked this up at Ulta. This is the new NYX Bare With Me Blur. So this is their blurring tint foundation. I got it in shade medium neutral. Now that I'm holding it up, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if this is gonna work. It looks a little dark, but we're gonna try and make it work. And I have a new concealer and stuff that hopefully we can help blend it with as well. I've heard good things about this foundation, so I'm excited to see if I like it because I do really like the NYX Bare With Me concealer serum. I think that's beautiful. So if this is like that, hopefully I'll like it. It's like a little squeezy let me get a beauty blender here. I'm just gonna squeeze some on. Okay, yeah, this definitely looks like it's gonna be too dark, but we're gonna, oh, okay. Clearly, I don't know what I was thinking because I picked this out myself at Ulta. Clearly, I was like not doing a great job with the color match, but we're gonna still test it out. And because I do have a concealer that is lighter, and I think with powder and everything, we'll be able to make it work, but obviously I need to go back and get a lighter shade if I like this because this is too dark and the tone is definitely off. So we are just going to be testing it on the formulation and product itself, you know what I mean? And then I can always just get the right shade because there was quite a few shades. I think the one beneath this was just like maybe just regular medium where this was medium neutral. And I think they didn't have it. They only had the tester for medium, but they did not have like a new one that wasn't opened, which is why I got this, but I'm sure I could probably find it online, but we're gonna make it work for today. Okay, so obviously aside from the color match, how it actually looks on my skin, I think it looks pretty good. It definitely gave me a really nice coverage. I wouldn't call it full coverage. I would definitely say it's more medium coverage. And I do see like the blur that it gives to my skin. One thing I do want to point out is the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I feel like that's a little bit more of like a natural finish, feels more hydrating than other concealers do. This does not feel hydrating, and I would say it's definitely like a matte finish. It doesn't feel drying on my skin, but I'm definitely not getting like a hydrated feeling from it or anything like that. I am interested to see how it wears on my skin throughout the day. It does not feel heavy on the skin though, which is nice. So like I said, I'm gonna wear it throughout the entire day, and then I will update the description box where I list all of the products. I will give you guys a synopsis of like a little wear test of how it wore on my skin and if my opinion changed. But so far, I do think it looks nice. It's probably not gonna be like a go-to foundation for me because I like something that feels a little bit more hydrating, and that's definitely not what you're gonna get from this, but not a bad foundation. All right, up next for concealer. Now we are going like completely in the opposite direction. Now this concealer looks light, but we're gonna make it work. Trust the process. This is the Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer. I got this one in shade C6. I also picked this up at Ulta. Now, I am trying my luck with this because I tried the foundation of this, the Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Foundation. I did not like it, but it is a very popular product. Like a lot of people do like it. For me, I didn't like it. It emphasized my pores and texture. It was drying. It just wasn't my fave. But they came out with a concealer. I think this was like $6 or $7. It was pretty affordable. So I decided to give it a try and see, because I do like that other Makeup Revolution concealer that they came out with like a couple years ago. I think that one's pretty good. So let's dive on in and see. Ooh, okay, cool little doe foot. It's like a little bit different shaped, if you can see that. But this is definitely a lighter concealer, so this is gonna lighten up. Oh, I love this doe foot actually. It's really nice. It's like flat and it feels really good. I feel like it's like dispersing the product well. I'm gonna bring this in the center planes of my face too, just so we can balance out the lightness. So it's not just like stark light underneath our eyes. All right, feels really, really nice. Really liked the doe foot applicator on that, how it was like kind of flat and different. Now let's go in and blend. Ooh, this might be a winner, even though the foundation was not. Concealer looks pretty dang good. I would say this is more medium coverage as well. It's not giving me full coverage, but it's giving me a nice coverage, nice brightness. Blending out really easily. It does not feel like cakey or anything underneath my eyes. Let me blend out in the center of our face now too. Okay, yeah, definitely 1000% for sure. Like this so much better than the foundation version of this. The concealer blended out really nicely and I think looks really, really good. It is waterproof and it says soft matte on it, but it does not feel drying to the skin. I don't typically mind matte concealers as long as they don't make me feel dry, and this one doesn't. So the concealer is definitely a win in my book. And like I said, it was like $6 or $7. So affordable and really nice. So we got a winner with that one. Okay, up next for bronzer, I'm gonna jump in with the new e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer. I tested this in my testing new e.l.f. products video, but I have been absolutely loving it. I'm using a lighter shade today. This is Vacay mode. And this one is a little bit more cool toned, where the other one that I was using is more warm toned, but I feel like we need a little bit more coolness to the skin to balance out the foundation. But I've really been loving this. It gives a really beautiful like sun-kissed glow to the skin and a little bit of a pretty sheen to just make you look glowing and bronzy, which I love. So I'm gonna go in with this on the skin. All right, up next for powder to set everything, we have a new powder from Milani. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder. So I just got this in shade 1 Translucent. So let's go in and see. Okay, I like the packaging on this immediately because it's one of those where you pull it up and then the product is in here. So really nice for travel and stuff. I hate when loose powders don't have something like this, like as a protector, because then if you travel or really go anywhere with it, it's all gonna explode and like be all in the cap. So love that more and more brands are starting to add this now. It makes it so much easier. So I'm gonna go in and tap some of this into the cap, and I'm gonna go in and apply this to my under eyes to set the, woo! I just like inhaled it for some reason, oh my goodness. Woo, okay, go set my under eyes with it. This is called translucent, but it does have a very slight tint to it, which I think for all over our face will probably be nice. For my under eyes, I would probably use a more brightening powder, because if you see, it did kind of dull the brightness that we got from the concealer on my under eyes, because let me put some in the cap so you can see. It's not truly like a white translucent powder. It does have a little bit of like a tannish sheen to it, but at the same time, for all over the face, that'll be nice because then it's not gonna leave a white cast, or at least I think it shouldn't. So I would say best probably used as a powder to set all over the face rather than on the under eyes. For myself personally, that's how I would use it. But I do feel like it did help to blur out the skin. Definitely give us a matte finish, but doesn't like look cakey. So I like that. All right, for eyebrows, we have a new eyebrow pencil. This is from Koki, and this is just their eyebrow pencil. I love the little gold packaging. So let me get off this plastic and we'll go in with this on our brows. You get a spoolie on one side, tiny little pencil on the other. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit more so you could see. All right, gonna go in with the little spoolie side. I'm using this in shade chocolate brown. So hopefully that works. I do have it in shade blonde, but a lot of times the blonde is like too light. So I'm gonna go in and underline the bottom. Oh, the shade is actually perfect, I think. Gliding nicely. Ooh, I actually really like it so far. Pigmented and has like a nice glide. Okay, now I do my brows in 2 steps. So I underline them with a pencil like this. Now we're gonna try a new brow wax or brow gel, and then I'm gonna go back in with the pencil. That's kind of how I've been doing them. I'm gonna go in and just do little brow strokes with this. Ooh, I love this. This is really nice, really pigmented, not like super waxy or anything, so it still gives a very natural look to the brows. We are gonna try a new brow gel after, but this is really nice. I like this brow pencil a lot. I feel like Koki's products are super underrated. They make a lot of really great products. I like this. Very, very nice. All right, brows looking good. Then for a new brow wax, we have the Milani Stay Put Liquid Brow Wax. So I have this one in shade 110. So I think this is just like the clear translucent shade. So let's go in and see. It is white, which makes me a little nervous. We'll see if it actually ends up drying clear, because some of them do and then they're amazing, or some of them leave this weird like whitish gray cast to your brows and look crazy after a while. So let's see. This one is actually looking like it's doing pretty good and not changing the color of the brows. Let me let it completely dry for like a minute and let's see. All right, looks pretty dang good. Honestly, I think this might be a dupe for the Refi brow gel because they remind me a lot of each other. They're both like white and very waxy and really like mold your brows in place, but they're not gonna like change the color or make your brows look wonky. So I really like this. For our eyes, we're gonna try the new ColourPop Flirty Talk palette. This is so cute, like just in time for Valentine's Day. Love all the pinks. So I'm gonna use this today and test it out. So I'm gonna jump in with shade Head Over Heels, which is like this light pink, and apply that first to my crease and upper crease area. This is kind of like a light shade, but it'll act as like a transition shade. And for as light as it is, it still has pretty good pigment, which is nice. Pink is my favorite color, and in February for Valentine's Day, it is cute. Then I'm gonna go in with Your Fave, which is a bit of a darker pink, and bring that into the crease. Definitely gonna be doing like a Barbie kind of makeup look today. Very pretty. And now using the same brush, I'm gonna go in with this heart emoji and just smoke out the crease a little bit more before we go all over the lid. These shadows so far have been very pigmented and easily blendable, which is nice. All right, now all over the lid, I wanna go in with this shade. This is You Up. It's a little bit of a darker shade. I'm gonna press it with my finger, or actually, I feel like this might work better with like a dampened brush. So let's see. Okay, yes, it does. Definitely more pigmented with a dampened brush. I'm gonna go all over the lid with this. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my finger and Be Mine, which is a glitter. Oh my goodness, this looks so pretty. I'm gonna press this in the center of the lid to give us a pretty little pop there. Okay, this is too pretty. I'm just gonna do it all over the lid because I don't wanna put it just in the center. It's so pretty. Did get a little bit of fallout from the glitter, which is honestly to be expected, so I'm just dusting it away. And then on the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with the shade Blushin', and I'm gonna just buff that onto the lower lash line. Just like a pretty true pink. And then last but not least, I'm gonna mix these two lightest colors together and pop that right beneath the brow bone and in my inner corner. And we are good to go on the eyes. So definitely a nice palette, true to the ColourPop formula, pigmented and blendable. Personally, like I said, pinks are not my favorite like go-to eyeshadow color, but if you like pink, I definitely think you will like this palette. You guys do know, as always, you can use code Kelly, which will get you 10% off of everything on ColourPop's website if you want to get anything. Up next, I'm so excited to try this on our lashes. So this is the new Milani highly rated lash extension mascara. So this is supposed to be a tubing, lash extending mascara that is going to make our natural lashes look like we have lash extensions. So let's see. You guys know I love the Milani Anti-Gravity. It's my favorite drugstore mascara. So I definitely have high hopes for this. I love the packaging and like the teal kind of color. I'm gonna go in and curl my lashes. This is what the wand looks like. Honestly, nothing special, just kind of looks like a regular wand. I'm just gonna go in and coat my lashes. See how it does. Okay, this is really nice. Wow, I like this a lot. I feel like that gave me so much length and lift. You guys, what is Milani putting in these mascaras? Because they are good. Wow. I like this a lot. It's definitely a liquidy like formula. So I feel like you could go overboard and use too much of this and get like clumpy lashes, because this is like one coat and I feel like that's really all that I need, where normally I'll use like 2 or 3 coats of mascara. I feel like I literally don't even need any more. Like, I'm not gonna dip my mascara brush back in. I'm just gonna go and apply a little bit more to both of my eyes, but this is good. Dang, I like this a lot. Definitely made my lashes look super long. Now I'm gonna go into my lower lashes as well. Okay, so interestingly, on my lower lashes, I don't love it. I forgot, I don't really like tubing mascaras as much on my lower lashes because sometimes it actually makes them too long and they look like weird and wonky, which is like what I feel like happened on my lower lashes now. But on the upper, definitely very nice. So I will definitely continue to use this on my upper lashes. I just feel like the lower lashes, tubing mascaras, at least on mine, can tend to look like wonky because my lower lashes are pretty long, and then once you add like more length to them, they can look a little spidery. So I don't love it on the lower, but on the upper, definitely really like that, and we'll continue to use it. Up next for our blush and our highlighter, ColourPop came out with these super cute little heart-shaped blushes and highlights. So I am gonna use, I think the blush I wanna use is this one in shade Hot to Touch. Looks like this. This looks very similar to the really viral Dior blush. So let's go in and apply this to our cheeks. Get a nice little mirror on these as well. And add this. Ooh, very pretty. This is a matte blush, but love the pink shade. And I do feel like this is very similar to the Dior one. Very pretty. And ties in our eyes. And now for highlight, I want to try 2 of them. So I have You're Glowing, which is more of like a champagne color, which is like the typical highlight that I would go for. But then I also have Love Struck, which is more pinky, which kind of goes with the look. So we'll use them both so we can see. So let me go in with Love Struck first. This one's the more pinky toned, and apply that over here. Ooh, very pretty pink highlight. And actually wearable. Like sometimes pink highlights, it depends. This one's super wearable though. Very pretty. And like icy, but not like too crazy. So I do really like that. Let me clean off my brush and let's try the tan one. I feel like the pink one goes very nice with our look though. Now let's try You're Glowing on the other side. Okay, so yeah, this one is more like champagne sort of colored, also very pretty. For myself personally, for like an everyday sort of highlight, definitely I would pull for this one more, but the pink one does look really pretty with our look, or if you're doing like a pink eye look. So both really pretty, and formula-wise, very, very nice. And like glowy and pretty. I'm gonna do a little down my nose and Cupid's bow as well. All right, I'm gonna line my lips really quick. I'm just using the Milani lip liner in the shade Cafe to line them. So I wanna try a new lipstick. So you guys know Revlon Untold Stories is like my favorite drugstore lippy. It's a matte, light mauve kind of pink color, and it's from the Revlon like matte line. So they came out with a new color in that line. This is Spiced Cocoa. So I wanted to get this to test out. It's more of like a brown. So honestly, doesn't really go with our lips that well, but I really wanted to try this and it's so pretty. Revlon lippies are very underrated in my opinion. This has the same formula as Untold Stories. It's matte, but not like drying. And this is just obviously a darker color, but really, really pretty for the winter. I like this a lot. And it is an online only exclusive, which is annoying. So is Untold Stories. So I will link it. They have it on Amazon and a couple other places, but I wanted to test it out because I know I love the formula and I like the shade too. Very pretty. And I feel like it kind of pulls in with our eyes a little bit, you know? And yeah, that is everything, you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Definitely let me know if you guys are gonna check any of this stuff out, what you have your eye on. I would love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.